Hello, this is the 46th lecture of the Semantic SEO course. In this lecture, we will look at the contextual vector that we have created based on the macro and the micro context that we see inside these three columns. So when we look at our macro context, we directly use a conditional synonym phrase. This is the question that appears directly inside the search terms and the search queries, and this is the answer of the query. When you look at here too, we actually have loving hate and hating love. And the love and the hate, these are antonyms to each other. They are opposite to each other. They are not similar at all. But when we use these two terms like this, loving hate or hating love, they become synonyms to each other. So in this area too, we use this specific question because it appears inside the queries. Then we give the answer directly. So since we asked this specific question, we will actually need to expand this representative question a little bit further in this area. That's why we ask, what is too much water intake? And if you remember, in this specific benefits of drinking water section, we already talk about the nutritional value of water, which doesn't exist, but it helps body to function in a proper way. In this case, we try to give an over intake or the maximum limit for the water intake a day, and then we also focus it or connect it to the body functions or broken body functions. Then we expand our evidence further with the gender and the age. Then we ask the effects of drinking too much water. One more time, we tell that, give the harms, the effects, describe them, and use a paragraph. This is relevant to the supplementary content and the answer format choice in this area. We wanted to use a paragraph here too, because the first structured content in your document, it is really important as much as anchor text, the first anchor text actually you are using. If you want to increase your relevance and chance to rank, the first structured answer that you are using, whether it is an HTML table, whether it is an HTML list, it always actually should be inside the macro context. So the effects of drinking too much water, it is not directly, or let's say it's not the most important context there. If you look at the queries, the most important attribute that you will be seeing will be symptoms. Then we will see actually the treatments and some other sections as well. In this case, actually, we focus on the prose type content and we try to expand this specific question especially. Then we go until to the H4 and then we ask a Boolean question. If you look at this specific content in this area, you will realize that there are only three H2s. So this is the prose type content, and it is directly expanding this specific part. Then we focus on this area and we directly get the most important symptom. The thing here is that we directly use drinking too much water, and then we tell symptoms. Drinking too much water, this is a phrase sequence which is synonym of water intoxication. The main problem in these two specific query columns is that it's not that much clear whether these two things are synonyms to each other or not. Because when you look at the health line, they directly rank for these type of questions too, like how much water to drink a day. This is relevant to the water intoxication, but not synonym. When the health line ranks for both of them. But when you look at in this area, and these queries always, they are ordered according to the rankings of these URLs. If you see the query at the top, it's not because the volume is higher, it's because they are ranking higher for these specific queries, which means that we are always able to see their macro context and their highest relevant queries and performing queries for that specific URL. So we see that water intoxication is not relevant as much as this question actually to this area. But when we look at the specific list, the specific web page that we are targeting for this query network, it's actually structured better. In this case, we are being classified with the health line, and we are also creating a more consolidated and more organized and structured web page as well. And when we look at all these questions here, you see that actually there are prose type questions. Then we actually directly ask this question, and this question is nearly similar to this. The similarity from this question to this one is over 80%, but that 20% difference, it directly creates a contextual differentiation, and that's why we always focus on too much drinking water. While how much water to drink a day, is actually connected to this specific area. So basically, we are trying to fix the perception of the search engine by creating multiple other pages. We are classified to the web page or website that we target, and to be able to increase the contextual consolidation, we always try to focus on a specific type of context. Water intoxication is not synonym with this one, but it is a synonym with this one. But this query is still similar to this query. And we use representative questions in this area, and according to our heating hierarchy or contextual hierarchy, this is the first section. Once we actually give the dangerous effects of drinking excessive water, which is excessive water is a synonym for too much water, then we use the symptoms for drinking too much water. So symptoms is a signifier for the context of disease, which means water intoxication is a disease. In terms of neural matching, we match the entity type. Then we tell that drinking too much water here, it is equal to the water intoxication, even if we use the word excessive together. Then, after asking the symptoms, then we give actually our incrementally ordered heating list. And from there, we start our supplementary content with a contextual bridge. In the next lecture, we will look at our contextual vector a little bit further so that everything can be more clear. Thank you.